Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Neil here, and today is a triple unboxing video. We're not going to demo the products today, but we are going to take a good look at them, and I'm going to give you my first impressions on the products. I'm super excited, super giddy. I've not had too many Fender specialty products on the channel lately. It's a channel first for all three products. Down here we have the EVH Iconic EL34 1x12 combo. It's a new release in 2024. Can't wait to get into that. That is the first Iconic, believe it or not, that I've ever had on the channel. I've plenty 5153s on the channel in the past. This is the first Iconic, so I'm super excited about that. Over there, we have another 2024 release. That is an EVH Wolfgang Special. Again, it's a first for the channel. I've had Wolfgang standards on the channel before, but I've never had a Wolfgang Special on the channel. And that one is really special to me because when it was launched earlier on in the year, around NAMM time, I think, I thought that that was the best looking Wolfgang that I've ever seen yet released. It looks absolutely great to me. It's the best finish, and I think it looks fantastic. But again, first Wolfgang Special on the channel, so super excited. Behind me here, we have another first for the channel. It's a Jackson American Series Virtuoso. I can't wait to see what that is like, because for me, Jackson played a real trump card when they started with the whole American Series thing. I think it was a really, really great idea. You know, there was a delay in factories, like your typical factories like Indonesia, Korea, you know, even probably Mexico. After COVID and everything, there was a lot of stress on the factories and the production chain. And I think starting to make things in America not only pleases the Jackson fans like myself, but it also, you know, it enables us, the American Series, to get a Jackson in our hands for an affordable price. I think they're around £1,900, which is pretty good for an American-made guitar. The specs are really high. The specs are as high as, say, what you would get from a Korean guitar that is about 1,400. So not bad. I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it's a real trump card that Jackson played. We're going to get into the Jackson first, guys. Let's get on with it. Right, so I tried to figure out the best way of doing this. Obviously, there's a lot of boxes here in shot. I hope you can see everything fine. I'm just about to get into the Jackson. I'm going in the top end. This is going to sound a bit weird, but as I just moved the guitar, I realized that the bottom end is actually open. How I walked in with that from my UPS delivery guy, you know, straight, how he walked to me with it, and how I walked through here without it all slipping out, is a miracle within itself. But I want to do it properly. I've not seen the guitar or anything like that, so I want to unbox it for you guys. So I'm opening the other end just for effect, really. You know, I could go in the bottom end that's already open, but everybody loves a Christmas style unboxing, you know. So we're going to pretend that the other end is not busted open. I'm hoping the guitar is intact, obviously. The box looks in pretty good condition, apart from the flaps on the bottom are open. Right. Oh, I forgot. Something really important with the American Series is it comes in like a kind of soft case. It's a soft case, but it's kind of hard too. I'll show you what I mean. I invested in quite a few of these cases for my Jacksons and my Charvels, and they're pretty affordable. They're kind of molded for the guitars. Obviously, they're not like a hard shell molded case, but they are pretty sturdy. So basically, if you are a giggy musician and you get in a car with your bandmates and you're not kind of slotting or squeezing or shoving stuff in the back of a van like a touring band, then you would get away with this case, and this case would do just fine. You know, backseat of a car type of thing, I would definitely trust this case. And I think it's great that you get a case with, you know, I think all guitars over £1,000 should come with a case anyway, you know, but yeah, that's just me. And these soft cases are affordable to produce and affordable for us to buy as well. So yeah, great cases, couldn't recommend them enough. Let's get into the guitar. A bit nervous, first American Series on the channel. Obviously, I've got quite a few dinkies, and I've also got a big love for the soloists. If I'm honest, I don't know if you've seen the American Series Lambo Orange Soloist. I think it's an SL2, EMG's in it. It's like the perfect Jackson for me, and I really wanted to get that on the channel. I'm still going to try and get hold of one of those for the channel, and I'm going to do quite a lot of begging to Fender Uk to try and get one of those on the channel, because I love it. And you know, I might even buy it because I love that guitar so much. But yeah, this is like a dinky, basically. In my opinion, this is an American Series dinky, but they've called it the Virtuoso, and this is a hardtail guitar. I'm not going to go through the specs in this video. what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that for the playthrough and give you all the specs and everything, because we've got 3 items to get through. I'll just show you, I'll just get it straight out actually. So the case, when I said it's moulded to fit the guitar, it is, but also, can you see the foam in there that's shaped around the guitar just to make it that bit tighter? I mean, I'd leave that in, personally. I'd leave that in if I was going to use the case. You know, I wouldn't just use it for packaging. I'd leave that in there to keep everything tight. Right, let's take a look at this thing. I can see locking tuners. I'm not fully onto the specs anyway, actually, for this guitar. Should have checked them out first, probably, but when you get UPS just turn up at your door with 3 amazing new 2024 releases, you just can't wait to get into them, to be honest. Usually I would have at least trimmed my beard for you guys, made myself look presentable, but I just couldn't be bothered. I don't know if this has been set up, by the way, by the guys at Jackson or not. I think it may have been, but it kind of looks out of the box to me. Well, it's like a metallic blue. The colour, by the way, is Mystic Blue, new for 2024, like I say. But it is a metallic blue, which I didn't actually realise. I mean, I'm not a blue guitar guy, if I'm totally honest with you. But that looks beautiful. It changes as you move it in the light. Obviously, the metallic finish on there, it's thick and glossy. And, oh, it smells absolutely. It's got a different smell to it from any other Jackson. Obviously, I've had tons of them on the channel. It smells absolutely beautiful. You can almost smell the fresh paint on there, and there's plenty of paint on there. Like it's that. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but it's that deeper blue. You know, it's metallic, but it's like feel like you can almost dive into it, sort of thing. Yeah. So neck feels great. I'm fussy about my Jackson necks, and what I have to say about this neck is feels pretty slim. In between a Mexican neck and a Korean neck. I've got a Korean Jackson over there, probably my favourite Jackson I've ever had, DK2, Green Glow. And the neck on there is flatter. It's Korean made and it's flatter than the Mexican necks. It's got a different feel to it. Can't really explain what it is, but this neck kind of feels in between. Out of tune, obviously, new strings and that. Locking tuners on there, beautiful finish on the neck, total raw. It's stained, but it's a total raw finish on there. It looks absolutely stunning. It looks great. Hip shot bridge on there by the look of it. Right, so we're going to move on to the EVH Wolfgang now, but first of all, I just want to show you before we do the cutaway on the back there. That's the deepest cutaway I've seen on a bolt-on dinky style Jackson before. It's even deeper than the Korean one, which is really deep. But yeah, looks great. I think you'll agree. Looks really nice. Can't wait to plug it in. Can't wait to play it. Right, let's move on to the EVH Wolfgang Special. So I can't wait to get into this Wolfgang, guys, because when I did a video about it earlier in the year, I said it was the nicest finish on any Wolfgang I've ever seen, the nicest looking Wolfgang. And I still stand by that, you know, by what I've seen on the internet. It looks really great. I'm a bit of a sucker for Silverburst guitars. This is a Silverburst guitar, but because the Wolfgang is like rounded, I think the Silverburst finish just kind of emphasizes that and makes it look really, really special. So we'll get into this. I'll see how it goes. Really interested to see what the neck plays like on this guitar. Obviously, I've played the EVH Wolfgang standards before that are made in Indonesia, but I've not played a special before. And a lot of guys, when I made a video about guys with small hands like me that struggle with playing and stuff like that, struggle with reach, a lot of guys said EVH Wolfgang Special, you know, is great for small guys and guys with small hands. Right, so let's get this thing out super careful. When I've not touched a Wolfgang for a while, I forget how small they kind of feel. They're kind of really small guitars. So for guys like me, that I'm only 5'8", you know, they really suit me and they feel really, really comfortable, particularly sat down on the knee. I really love playing at Wolfgangs. Right, let's take a look at this. I can still smell the Jackson paint in the room. It smells beautiful. Squeaky. Come on, baby. get it out. Ooh. Oh, it's very tidy. The finish on the headstock is pristine. But I'm a big fan of the Mexican factory anyway. I've had a couple of Jackson dinkies from the Mexican factory and they're as good as any guitar out there in my opinion, you know. Oh, it looks evil. Look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. I knew it would. I must know what I'm talking about. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous, and I still think that that is the nicest looking Wolfgang that I've ever seen, you know. The frets feel medium. They don't feel too massive or anything. The neck is really rounded, but it's small. It feels small. I can see why guys were saying if you've got small hands, go get an EVH Wolfgang Special because it will feel great. And it really does. Can't help but grin at the tiny EVH classic headstock there. Super small, super cute. Really like it. But yeah, what a beautiful looking guitar. It's got the D tuner there, and I play in drop D, so that'll be interesting for me. But yeah, that looks absolutely. Just look at it. It looks great. It's heavy. It's got some weight to it. Totally out of tune, but I think it is straight from the box to be honest. But yeah, it looks mega. That looks awesome. Really impressed with that. It looks class. It's so tidy. It's so tidy, this guitar, around the binding. I want to show you that. And also I want to show you the finish on the headstock. Look at that. The logo and everything is absolutely pristine. That is a beautiful instrument right there. Absolutely love it. Like I say, I'm a sucker for Silverburst stuff. Right, let's get into the EVH Iconic EL34 combo. This is going to break my back, guys. It's really heavy, this box, but we'll get into that and then I will leave you guys in peace, and you can give me your comments below what you think about these three products. Right, here we go. Let's get the Iconic combo out. There's quite a big tone difference apparently between the EL34 and the 606 versions, and from what I've heard just by watching YouTube, the EL34 versions suit me a bit better. Speaker wise, I don't know what speaker's in the cab. It will be a specially designed speaker and probably approved by James Brown. While we're talking about James Brown, you know, I've not really played anything that he's had his hand in, should I say, that's I've not loved. You know, I mean, you can tell I'm a 5150 fan. There's just about every amp behind me is either a 5150 type or an amp that is based around a 5150. You know, I mean, even the Black Stars behind me there have got that flavour going on, if you know what I mean, because it's an Iconic flavour, which is why it's called the Iconic. Right, let's get into this thing. It's massive. This amp is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Really big for a 1x12 combo. The 5153, by the way, 50 watt 1x12 combo is one of the best sounding combos out there for rock and metal in my opinion. Absolutely love that amp. Kept meaning to get one but never got one. But yeah, great amp. This is massive, this thing. This reminds me of the old, oh Jesus. Oh, the bags come off and everything. This reminds me so much of the old 5150 combo which I used to own years ago, the original one. It looks the same and I'm surprised how similar it looks, but oh, can you see me? There you go. So first impressions, this is like a plate on the front. It's not embossed like the EVH 5153. I like this type of Tolex. I'm glad they've stayed with the smooth Tolex. I'm a bit of a sucker for that type of Tolex. Don't really like the elephant foot Marshall style Tolex, whatever the hell it is, you know, the PV Tolex. I don't like it. I like this smooth, nice finish. So far looks absolutely great. On the top here, it smells, everything smells good today. Everything they've sent me. It's making his room smell really nice. It smells beautiful. Don't know if it's a Tolex or what, but yeah. Right guys, it looks absolutely great. So I'm going to quickly go through the controls on the top because they differ from the 5153s which I've had on the channel before, but I will be going through everything more thoroughly in the full demo. So at the top here, obviously we've got the input. It's a 2-channel amp. You've got 2 different gains on there. You've got an overdrive switch. You've got a burn switch, the infamous burn switch, which adds some low end and tightens things up, adds a bit of gain as well, I believe. You've also got a noise gate for the overdrive channel, which is really useful. Why more amps don't have built-in noise gates these days, I'll never know in a million years. We've got one set of EQ here. We've got low, middle and high, which you'd expect, but this is kind of the channels share the same EQ, if you know what I mean, even though it's a 2-channel amp. There are 2 volumes here, and there's also a boost function. You have a boost on the floor on the foot switch, so you can hit that if you want some more dB. You know, if you want to go a bit louder for a solo or a lead break or something like that, hit the boost and that will take you there. And you can set how high you want that on the top here. We've got a built-in reverb, thank God. I don't know why they took reverb off amps. They used to always be on amps, but it became a bit trendy to get rid of them for quite a while, quite a number of years. But the EVH are putting them back on amps, and I think it's great to have reverb on an amp, especially if you're jamming at home. You know, you want a bit of ambience. Obviously you've got an effects loop, so you can put stuff in the effects loop. This has also got an emulated out, which I should talk about, so I will be testing the emulated out to see if it's any good. I can go straight from this amp straight into my phone, basically, and I can't wait to do that. Over right on the far end here, we've got resonance and presence like you'd expect. Can't wait to get into it, guys. Super, super excited. I'm going to leave you guys now to comment below and let me know what you think of the gear that I've just shown you. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, please leave me a comment below, because then my future content showing you these 3 products will be there and you will see it in your feed. If you don't, you probably will never see me again, unless you're already subscribed, I guess. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please do not forget the affiliate links below in the description. One is a Thomann affiliate link and the other one is an Anderton's link. If you want to buy any gear at all, use those links and it helps me out with this end. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.